the gift of joy, living from the invisible. Good morning, beloved community. You are the light of the world. We get that message from Jesus in Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14. You are the light of the world. He doesn't say there that you will become, or that only if you do this that you will be the light. He says you are the light of the world. My joy blesses me daily, but it's not for me alone. I share it generously. I rejoice in being a light in times of peace and a shelter in times of trouble. We all share in this gift from Spirit. I'd like to start with a little story. And we've probably all been in this situation or one that's similar to it. There's a strange thing that often happens in hospital rooms. Families may gather around someone they love during a difficult time. There may be fear in the room. There may be tears. And then someone remembers a story. Maybe something ridiculous Grandpa once said. And someone begins laughing. Someone else laughs too. Soon everyone's laughing and crying at the same time. Has that ever happened to you? And which emotion is correct in this situation? The tears or the laughter? Maybe both. Because joy is deeper than happiness. Joy can hold sorrow without being destroyed by it. Let's lighten the mood. I've decided that we need a joke in every message. And so today we'll give it a try again. A woman told her friend, "I've finally discovered the secret of happiness." Her friend leaned in eagerly. "What is it?" And she said, "I lowered my expectations." Her friend looked disappointed. And the woman laughed and said, "See, it works already." But seriously, today I want to suggest that joy asks something even greater than lowering our expectations. Joy invites us to raise our awareness. Happiness comes and goes with circumstances, but joy arises from our connection with the divine presence that never leaves us. Happiness and joy are not the same. Happiness is circumstantial. Something pleasant happens and we feel happy. Something unpleasant happens and we feel sad. There's nothing wrong with either one. But joy is deeper. Joy is not the opposite of sadness. If you don't catch anything else from this message this morning, catch this. Happiness and sadness are a polarity. Joy is the deeper state that's capable of holding both. Joy says, I can grieve and still know that life is sacred. Joy says, I can struggle and still experience beauty. I can face uncertainty and still feel gratitude. Joy harmonizes the polarity between happy and sad. Jesus speaks of joy. In John chapter 15 and verse 11, from the King James Version, Jesus says, "These things I have spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full." Notice he says that my joy might remain in you. Not just visit you occasionally, but remain. This suggests that joy is deeper than the circumstances that are happening around us. This morning in Course in Miracles, we talked about the illusion that's happening around us. Joy is deeper than those circumstances. An abiding joy. A joy that's rooted in being itself. Pleasure says, I enjoy this moment. Joy says, I belong to life. Pleasure depends on conditions. Joy arises from connection. Connection with God, connection with others, connection with ourselves, connection with the living world. Joy is what we experience when separation temporarily dissolves. Yes, because we know ego will bring it right back. That separation. But in the midst of that separation, we can still find Spirit, our connection to Spirit, and watch it expand. Joy does not deny that suffering happens in this world. Remember the story in the hospital room. Spirituality can become unhealthy when we think we must always appear positive. Someone says, I'm hurting, and we answer, well, just think positive. That's not joy. That's avoidance. You may have heard it called spiritual bypass or Pollyanna thinking. True joy has room for tears. Jesus wept. He grieved. And he certainly experienced anguish. But his teaching also repeatedly, over and over, talks of joy. Why? Because joy is not emotional cheerfulness. Joy is the deep recognition that even in darkness, we remain held within something larger. Your joy is not only for you, it radiates from you. Think of someone whose presence changes a room as soon as they walk in. They don't have to perform, and they don't have to entertain. No. There's something about them that says you are safe here and you belong here. We will find our way through this, whatever this is. Sometimes being a light means celebrating with someone. Sometimes being a light means sitting quietly beside someone in darkness. We may not even have words, and they may not even need to hear words. Just have someone there. Sometimes joy dances. Sometimes joy holds a hand. Jesus says in the Gospel of Thomas, saying 70, if you bring forth what is within you, what you have will save you. What if joy is not something we acquire, What if joy is something that we uncover? The gift of joy is already a part of our deepest nature. But it becomes buried beneath anxiety or resentment, hurry, comparison, judgment, and fear. Spiritual practice. Our practice does not manufacture joy. It removes from us what is preventing us from experiencing the joy that is already here. And this connects directly to what we talked about last week. Faith trusts the invisible. This entire month we're going to talk about living from the invisible. Joy is what begins to emerge when we stop believing that appearances are the whole story. So there's the faith. What I'm seeing around me, that's not the whole picture here. Faith says there's more here than I can see. Joy says I can live from that deeper reality right now. We started a practice last week I'm calling the open hand. I'd like to share that with you today. There's a link on the website if you'll look at the blogs down in the bottom right corner down there. It's a printable version in case you don't want to try to remember all these steps or take scribbly notes. The practice is called the open hand. It's about 5 minutes. You can do it each day or in the morning or whenever you just feel uncertainty in your life. So if you do it each morning, sit quietly with your hands resting open. Open hands. And take a slow breath. And then move through each of these 4 questions. What possibility might I not see yet? Is there more here than appearances reveal? Where is joy or sacred goodness present right now? I receive the gift of this moment. What abundance is already available, and how can I circulate it? Thank you for the good already present. What is mine to do? And what is mine to release? I do what is mine to do. I release what is not mine to control. And then sit quietly for 1 more minute, just simply being receptive, open. And after that minute, affirm, I trust divine order. I trust divine timing. Show me the next step. And so it is. Amen. At the deepest level, joy may just be the authentic self, recognizing its participation in divine life. Eric Butterworth's got a book that's called In the Flow. And that's what we're talking about. In the flow of life. For one moment, the illusion of isolation softens. We realize I belong. I am connected. Life is moving through me. And even though I can't control everything that happens, I can participate in life wholeheartedly. And that is joy. Joy does not require a perfect life. It requires an available heart. So laugh when laughter comes. Cry when tears come. Celebrate what is beautiful and grieve what is lost. And beneath both laughter and tears, listen, because there is something deeper. A quiet current. The joy of simply being alive in God. And now I invite you to affirm with me. So repeat after me if it is yours to say. I invite you. Divine joy lives in me. I welcome happiness and honor sadness while resting in the joy that holds them both. My joy blesses me and I share it generously. I am a light in times of peace and a shelter in times of trouble. Living from the invisible, the gift of joy.